Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Škoda T27, which is a Tier 8 Czechoslovakian autoloader. This tank here is, in my opinion, going to be a pretty strong one on the battlefield, but at the same time, rather balanced. It's not going to be anything insane, in my opinion. I think Wargaming did a decent job with this tank, but there are a few things that I think could, potentially become overpowered. Of course, since it is in testing, I, don't have it, and I don't know what the playstyle is too much or anything, so I personally don't know if it's overpowered or not, from its playstyle or not, because there can be big differences sometimes on tanks from what they look like on paper and then how they actually are in the battlefield. So, it's no, you can't judge anything too early. Of course, Wargaming could change it also. Who knows what could happen? And, but concerning the tank here, we're going to be sitting at 1350 HP. So, HP already is a little bit lower than normal. Usually it's 1450 for medium tanks. The firepower of this tank is going to be a DPM of a little bit more than 2000. So, pretty weak DPM, but of course this is an autoloader, so DPM is usually lower anyway. Penetration is around 194, so not the best penetration either. Your damage per shell is 220, and since you do have a 3-shell magazine, you do have a 660 burst damage. So, decent burst damage. It's nothing crazy like, I'm trying to think of a tier 8 with crazy burst damage. I don't know. It's not as much as something like a Defender Mark 1, I guess you could say. But it's still a very nice amount of clip damage. And you are able to get that clip damage out in, 3 seconds. Pretty quick. 1.5 second intraclip reload. This is what I think the best thing about this tank is. A 1.5 second intraclip reload is way better than any of the other tier 8 autoloaders. Even better than the Defender Mark 1, which has a 2-second one, which is, pretty good, or even stuff like the AMX Defender with like a 1.6 second. This is just slightly better. So I do think the intraclip reload is very good on this tank. Definitely gives it quite a big edge compared to other autoloaders. And your magazine reload is a 16.3 second reload, which, it's not the best, honestly. I think it could have been shorter. It also then could have kind of been overpowered, to be honest. But it's not like a super quick or a super long reload. As well, your alpha on this tank is 220, of course, to get that 660 burst damage. So, some decent alpha. It's better than most autoloaders at tier 8, besides, medium-wise, medium-wise. Besides, I think the T69, which has a 225, if I'm not mistaken. Cannot quite remember, though. Now, concerning the accuracy of the tank, the dispersion is 0.326, so it's not the most accurate tank, but it also is, it's not horrible either. So not going to be too bad on the accuracy, as you can see. You as well have 8 degrees of gun depression, 20 degrees of gun elevation, and a 50 km/h forward top speed and 20 in reverse. So it's got some decent mobility and decent gun depression with it as well. So you can be, can get into some probably pretty early spots on the battlefield where you're going to be able to get out those 3 shells very quickly with that 3-second, time to get all 3 of your shells out, which is pretty nice. All right, so concerning the armor profile of the tank, you're going to be looking at not a very armored tank at all. I mean, it's paper. If you look at the turret, I mean, nothing. I mean, you've got some strips at some angles, which are, like 237, maybe going to get some troll bounces once in a while. If you're using that 8 degrees of gun depression, whoa, that's way too far. You're going to be, it's not really much better. Pretty much the same, just occasional, bounces maybe on if they, don't aim their shells, but you're really never going to bounce on this tank unless they do shoot the gun mantlet, which, of course, it's going to be an auto bounce. Concerning HE ability, it's very easy to HE the sides. I mean, look how big those sides are. That is a big side, and 40 millimeters of armor, HE by everyone. The rear, I think, the rear actually has more armor than the sides, which is kind of funny. So HE by everyone as well. And then actually the rear of the turret is really only HEable up here at the top. These other areas are really gonna have to be heshed to be HE'd. So you're pretty much good for your turret, except for maybe this, if you're getting those big 152s, they'll definitely be able to pin your hatch right here. From the, this is another thing, look at this. If they're from your front, oh wait, never mind. Never mind. That's you can't pin that. That's 300 millimeters. All right. If they're from your back though, they might be able to get your top of your turret with HE, and as well maybe from the sides if you're pulling out with only your turret above. So watch out for that. But otherwise, yeah, not very good armor on this tank. Definitely nothing you want to rely on. Nothing like a Defender Mark 1's armor profile at all. So that's pretty much it for the statistics. Now I am going to show you a quick video of the Škoda T27 in action. So as you could see in the video there that I did get from Discord, from the Blitzpost Discord server, it does have a very quick interclip reload, of course, that you did see on the statistics. And as you can see in battle, it is quite an effective thing. It can really clip out those enemy opponents very quickly. And as you can see, I think it performs very well because of one thing alone, and that is the interclip reload. I think that whole reason the tank is even good is just because of the interclip reload. Otherwise, I think it would really just not be the best vehicle. I mean, it doesn't have the best armor, it doesn't have the best DPM, it doesn't have the best accuracy, it doesn't have the best burst alpha, it doesn't have the best pin. It's just, pretty not that good on pretty much everything, except for the interclip reload, of course. And when you can get out that much damage that quickly in a medium tank, yeah, it's pretty overpowered. So, well, I wouldn't say overpowered. It's pretty effective. So I wouldn't say this tank is overpowered. I wouldn't say it's too underpowered either. I would actually say that this tank is perfect where it is. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section about what you think, if this tank is overpowered, underpowered, if it's perfect where it is, or whatever. I hope you guys did enjoy this preview of the Škoda T27, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.